Righto, welcome back to the 40 channel. I've got a bit to learn about this 40. I've always wanted to grab a 45 series as well and do a bit of work to that when I'm finished. And I wasn't looking too hard, but something popped up. So the good thing is we're going to go today, head out, we're going to pick up a FJ45 plus extra bits for it, so there'll be a fair bit there. I'm sure it's full of rust as every single other 40 series has been. The good thing is the price. Fantastic price. All it's going to cost me is a 4-pack. When it says black and gold, this stuff is really gold at the moment. New currency of the world. Let's go pick it up. It's been a pretty big day, big run out to Hargraves and back, but profitable. So we've essentially got basically two cruisers, I suppose, two 45s, both in various conditions. The cab on the back of there, the red cab, is in awesome condition, no rust at all. I'm really happy with that. Another full chassis, couple bonnets, doors, some spare parts. But anyway, happy days. And I've got to hide them out here on my father-in-law's farm so my wife doesn't see them. I missed it! This is Wade Carter. He's helped me out today, giving up his time, bringing the cruisers. Thanks, champ, appreciate it. Thank you. Off into the sunset, look at that. Righto, so we've come back out to have a pretty good look at what we've actually bought here. It was a bit of a rush job to get out there, try to get them from the guy's property and drive all the way back to Bathurst, and then bring them back out to this property and drop them off so they weren't in the way of my wife. Anyway, for a few rolls of toilet paper, this is what you can get. So I'll show you what it is. So they're both FJs, FJ45s. This particular one here, this one here is the exact model of my FJ40 that I'm doing up at the present moment. So this is 1977, exactly the same as my other one, but just a little bit more standard than what mine is. Well, it's actually not standard because it doesn't have a motor. No motor, which is good. That gives me a clean slate to do whatever I want with. Most of the guards are pretty rust free. There's a little bit of rust through here, but not too bad. I actually have a spare bonnet. The spare bonnet I've got is worse than this one. It has more rust than this one. So overall, with the 77 FJ45 here, I've got enough bits and pieces at home that we can pretty much build this up, which I'm pretty happy about. Bar the front bib, so I'll have to get a new front bib or chase one down over time. But this will be a back burner project. This won't even really happen. We won't even do anything with this until we get the FJ40 sorted out. But what I'm more excited about is this one. Right, the one on the back of the 77 is this one here. Now I'm pretty excited about this one. From what I can guess, and you guys might be able to help me out, 1965 until we figure out exactly what it is. Righto, so this is the chassis of the 65. That's what we're going to call it until we figure out exactly what year it is. Old F motor, oil bath air cleaner, 3-speed, pretty cool. I don't think the motor runs. From what I understand and what I've been told is that this particular vehicle with the red cab has never been registered. So apparently it was bought by some construction company many years ago. They used it on site and then it got sold to some farmer later on and he just used it around the farm. I'm assuming it's been kept in some type of shed most of its life because the body's pretty solid. There's very little rust in it. There's a hell of a lot more rust in the 77 and there was a stack more rust in my FJ40 that I'm doing up now than there is in the 65. So anyway, let's have a look at the cab of the 65 and I'll show you around that. Pretty happy with what I've got. Well, let's just have a look at this 65 cab. It's pretty solid. Now this is impressive. Even our little noses are rust free, which is pretty rare. Old school, that's pretty clean actually. I'm pretty happy with that. Let's open her up. Alright, let's check out the dash. So as you see, you've got your 3-speed instruction, which is in actually pretty good condition. It's better in some of the condition I've seen some of the others. It's got this, I don't know what it is, like a old cupboard doorknob that's not original, but they've done there. Now let's have a look what we've got in here. Now we've got, this is not from this one. I'm not sure what this one's from, but we've got in here. Corner lamp, Toyota Cruiser. Looks like the blinker stick, maybe. But anyway, let's check out. Oh, ashtray. There's real cigarette butts in there with an old lolly. I love that this dash has this old school pressing in it. Just gives it that really cool character. I love that. You got your wind-in vent, which actually works really, really well. There's no restriction there. Wiper switch on and off, that's all you've got. You've got 2 wiper motors. There we go. You've got 2 wiper motors on the roof. 1, 2, old school. Everything is on the dash on this. Single light switch. Your ignition is on the dash, which is cool. I like that. I just love everything about this. It's old school. It's really old school. I love it. It's fantastic. And I'm really excited about this one. I'm just really impressed with the condition of it all for just sitting around. I've got a whole new window frame and glass that came with the deal. I love these old doors, very simple, very practical. Same old latch that's on the back of the FJ40 and just all steel. The only drama that I found with it is that the roof, it's not rusty, it's actually just been caved in. So it's something sort of collapsed in on the roof and it's just caved in. I love this. You've got latches for everything. Latches for the roof, latches to fold down the bonnet, and latches to take off the back of the cab. I think that's fantastic. There's no bolts, I don't have to bolt anything off, just latches and everything just pops straight off. That's cool. Got the old school running boards. All right, check this out. The key is still in the ignition, the original key. Toyota Motor Company. That's cool, original key. I believe these vehicles are really built for the hot climate, because not only do you have your air conditioning vents here, but you also have extra air conditioning up here under the windscreen. Now, I'm loving this find. This is sensational. It's pretty much the original. Still got that old school feel about it. Nothing's really been modified or changed, bar the big red light, the old school red light at the top, with a few gauges on the bottom of the dash there. I guess that the original dash cluster might have played up a bit. But besides that, the only damage on this is you've got a dent in the driver's side door here, and a little bit of a dent down the bottom here. But for a construction vehicle, apparently, and a bit of a farm truck, mate, it's sensational. There's no rust. It's really solid. This will clean up really cool. I'm actually thinking this would be a really cool truck to patina. We'll see. Like I said, this is a project for after the FJ40. We might tinker away with some of this stuff as we move along the channel, but mostly this will be for a bit later on. But it's pretty exciting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all the bits and pieces that I can home. I'm going to store them up in the shed just to make sure that they're out of the weather and they don't get any rust or any corrosion and get any worse than what they are. But I'll show you the pieces I've got and you'll understand how well this has been kept for, I don't know, the last 50 odd years. Check this out. Okay, here's some of the bits. Now, this is what blows me away. That's rock solid. There is no rust in the bottom of the bib whatsoever. None. That's pretty rare, I reckon. The other bits and pieces that you'd expect to find rust over the cab, I couldn't find any either. So this is in better condition than my old 77 model. And it's in far better condition than this 1977 FJ45 that the cab's actually sitting on. Right, so over here you can see this is why I'm not as concerned about the glass from the front windscreen. So we've got a full piece here with another piece of glass. This must be a little bit newer because we only have one wiper motor on the top driving the two wipers. The wipers are still on the top of the windscreen for this one, but only one wiper motor instead of two. The old split bonnet that goes with the cab with the old chrome emblem, which is pretty cool. Now we've actually got two of these. So another bonnet underneath, same deal, both in excellent condition, both with that chrome hood. And we have a spare door as well. It's all sitting next to this old school Ford truck here actually. So that hopefully that'll see some life one day too, but that's a project for my father-in-law, I guess. We'll see how he goes with that one. Anyway, let's load all the bits and pieces up. We'll put them in the back of the Hilux. We'll take them all home and we can keep all those things out of the weather. The cabs will stay here out on the farm for some time until we get around to doing them up. But I want to give a huge shout out to Carter's. If it wasn't for Wade Carter giving up a bit of his time, giving up his truck and equipment to come and help me out and come and get this stuff, I would have done it. It would have taken me 3 runs just to go get everything that was there. And with an hour and 40 minutes there, hour and 40 minutes back, it would have just taken forever, plus all your load up time. So huge shout out to Carter's General Engineering. Thanks Wade, I really appreciate you giving up your time and your equipment to help me out. So check them out. I'm loving everything about this. This is amazing. I have to say, this is what takes the cake. This part here, which would normally rust out on pretty much every other piece that I've ever seen and is fairly common, it's solid as. It is just rock solid. Man, you can see I'm excited. Righto, so there you go. So I guess my issue was I was getting pretty concerned with everyone doing this panic buying toilet paper, rice, pasta, medication, and I thought to myself, man, what if I miss out? I need to go and panic buy too. So that's what happened. That's why I ended up with basically 2 FJ45s I panic bought. Anyway, that's what happens in these times. Anyway, I appreciate you guys tuning in and watching. Look forward to getting into these projects. As I said, it won't be for some time now, but you know that they'll be coming. So you know, once I get that FJ40 finished, that you know that more than likely I'll be jumping onto the 65 and making something happen with that. This 77 here is rough and ready. I wouldn't mind just getting it going rough and ready, just throwing some type of motor in there and just getting it rolling, maybe. We've got 2 projects to pick from after we finish the FJ40. Could be some time off yet, but we know this is going to be sitting in the background ready to go. Appreciate your support, guys. Remember to subscribe, give me a thumbs up, hit the bell, leave a comment, or check out my Instagram page. Good on yous. Enjoy.